Well, almost 26 hours is how much class time the Kershaw County school bus system cost some special education riders this past fall. A WIS investigation found a group of buses routinely got the students to class late and took them from school early. Chief Investigative Reporter Chris Joseph got the data and followed up with the district superintendent. Chris.
Well, Dondi, a few things are at play here. The district reports being short bus drivers. That means there are only so many buses available to crisscross the county on special education routes. When you have a high number of riders spread across the county, the issues can pile up. Kershaw County school buses are expected to deliver students to Lugoff Elementary School by 7:30 most mornings. They're also supposed to take them home after the 2:30 dismissal. When this school year started, that wasn't happening for 7-year-old Laura Crow. Laura has Angelman syndrome, a genetic disorder which delays her development and requires special attention from the district's nursing team. Department of Education records show a staffer reached out to Laura's mother, Stephanie, last August, saying Laura was picked up at 1:50 every afternoon.
Why would she be getting on the bus around that time when school doesn't end till 2:30?
In the following weeks, Stephanie tracked her daughter and filed 2 complaints with the State Department of Education. The department's investigation found that Laura's class time was being cut in the morning by late arrivals and cut in the afternoon by early removals.
I felt like they didn't care that she was falling behind.
The district was able to put Laura on a different bus, and Stephanie says the issue of lost time stopped. The Department of Education required the district to offer makeup time to Laura and any other students she rode with who may have been impacted. I asked the district for its data on bus arrival and departure times. The district reports only tracking 5 special education buses serving Lugoff Elementary. That's Laura's school. The data begins on August 8th, 3 days after Stephanie filed her first complaint to the Department of Education. The dismissal data shows a school bus continued to leave the school before dismissal, well into November. Its ridership suffered a combined 3 hours of lost instructional time. Those cuts came in increments of 10 minutes or less. The email to Stephanie showing the 40 minutes of lost time remains the most egregious example. That incident and others happened on Superintendent Dr. Harrison Goodwin's watch. Did you ask why it happened at all?
I don't recall that I did.
Why not?
Because my focus was on fixing the problem.
I promise you I'm not trying to be smart here, but how do you know what the problem is? How do you know how to fix the problem if you haven't asked what the problem is?
Well, we control the dismissal time.
Right.
Meaning it's very, unlike arrival times in the morning that a lot of factors can influence. The afternoon is an easy fix. We don't let students leave early.
Well, you did, and that's, I guess, what I'm trying to get at. Who made that call to do that to a student who clearly needs the time, perhaps more than her counterparts?
I can't answer who made that call last year.
The district's data shows the situation was worse for arrivals. Laura's original bus in the mornings was H8. From August 8th through November 21st, the bus was late 43 times. It shaved off 20 hours and 17 minutes of its ridership's class time in the mornings. The H1 bus has also been a problem, costing its Lugoff riders 2 hours and 21 minutes. All told, the buses were late by 22 hours and 50 minutes. Why is that happening?
Well, again, it's a matter of miles versus, number of students. It is a double-edged sword. Do we pick a child up prior to 5 o'clock in the morning, or do we continue to work to get another certified driver so that we can put somebody on an abbreviated route to relieve that stress?
Well, isn't it your duty to get those students to school regardless? So wouldn't it have to be 5 a.m. in that scenario you're talking about?
It could be 5 a.m., but then it also could be a matter of rerouting students using additional resources.
Right, so why hasn't that been done?
Well, the process, I guess we need to give you a little backstory. We run a little over 100 buses a day, and we're running about 20 to 25% short on drivers daily. Now, that's very common across our state right now. So the process to get someone certified to be on that route is a process. They have to go to the class portion, they have to do the knowledge test, and then they have to do their driving portions.
Okay, so it sounds like you're short drivers, but I guess that gets back to the question. If you're short drivers, why not create a schedule that ensures those students are getting to class on time?
Well, again, you know, when you look at students and the amount of ride time, do you really want to start picking students up prior to 5 a.m. and drop maybe those same students off at 5 p.m.? Or do you want to go ahead and concede that you're going to do compensatory services to make up the missed instructional time?
Add in the 3 hours from early dismissals, and the bus system cut 25 hours and 54 minutes of class time. The issues continued months after Stephanie's first complaint.
How do they continue to get away with that? I mean, it's better, but it shouldn't be. This is one of those things where it can't just be better and that's okay. It has to not be happening anymore.
It's unclear how many students were on the buses which arrived late or left early, but Goodwin says only Laura and one other student are slated for compensatory time.
We're going to meet those requirements, you know, and if that has to come through compensatory time, then we're going to do it.
Goodwin says this semester, the ridership for the special needs buses has changed, allowing for a rerouting of the buses. At the time of our interview, he said it remains to be seen if that improves results. Now, Goodwin says the district has specifically looked to see if other students at other elementary schools have had a similar experience to Laura. He tells me they could find none. He says more bus drivers would obviously help the situation. Dondi?